In this video, I want to talk to you about the courage to act. You're going to learn 4 key attributes of courage and how that's really going to make a difference for you to really get beyond any obstacles and challenges that come along the way. And it's really going to support you to achieve your dreams and goals. My name is Yvonne and welcome to my channel. This channel is really about personal growth and really supporting people to level up and be the best version of themselves to increase the quality of our life. So if you haven't already, subscribe to join the community. Courage is not an absence of fear. Courage is acting in spite of fear. It's feeling the fear, but doing it anyway. And so the 4 key attributes are, the first one is, courage is about taking risks. So what do I mean by that? Well, most people have exciting hopes and dreams for their future, and they really get excited about it and really have set goals. But what stops them is when they realize that in order to achieve this, they're gonna have to take some risks. The higher the risk, the greater the reward. And so oftentimes they'll live life without much meaning or purpose because they weren't willing to take the risk. But the reality is they didn't have the courage. And so they're living cowardly lives. And I know this is not a word that you hear often, but it's true. People that do not move towards their dreams and goals that's really brewing up inside of them because they're not willing to take the risk are cowards. They're cowering from this risk. And we're not one of them, right? We are going to face our fears, challenges, and obstacles and overcome them. We're going to take on calculated risks to achieve our dreams and goals so that we can live life with greater purpose. You see, for example, if you are dreaming of starting your business someday, and guess what? Someday is not a day of the week, okay? There's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's no someday. Okay, so the time to take this risk, this calculated risk, is now. Now is the time to act towards building that business that you know is inside of you and that you can be successful in. Okay, and so it may mean, okay, taking the risk of waking up in the morning, early in the morning to work on your business, or later in the evening, or maybe during your lunch period. It can mean working on the weekends, slowly pulling these things together. Okay. It can mean investing in your business, taking risks. It can come in many, many forms. Okay, so really think about that as the first attribute to courage, is understanding that courage means taking risks, which leads me to the next attribute of courage, which is courage is taking action. Taking action. It's seeing all these obstacles and challenges and things that are fearful and still staying focused and moving through them. So it means taking that forward momentum in spite of these obstacles and challenges that come along the way with your journey. Okay, just know that they're going to be partners in your journey. Every time you seek to move from your current identity to a different identity, right? If you have a goal, that means that's something that you don't have right now. So that means that you're moving towards something that is new. And so that means you need to step into that new identity, and that requires a paradigm shift. So as you act, you're going to start realizing the things that are going to come along the way that you need to level up and gain the skill set in order to be successful. So for example, maybe you want to start your own business and you're maybe very good at what you do, but you don't have the sales skills. And that is inherently important to be able to be a successful business person. And so what do you do along the way? Okay, when you face that challenge and obstacle, now it's time to grow. Okay, now you invest time and take action in building up that skill set. One example that comes to mind for someone that continued to take action in spite of the obstacles was Sarah Blakely. She's a great example. She's actually the inventor and founder of a billion-dollar business, Spanx. And she had started with very humble beginnings. In fact, what sparked the business was her ability to identify a problem. And so her product helps with solving a problem. And now this problem isn't something that's brand new. Her product is women's shapewear. Let's be honest, this has been around for centuries. So it's not like you need an idea that's so novel and so brand new to be successful. Okay, so women's shapewear has been around forever, since, time beginning, for beautifying and looking great, in what you're wearing. And so Sarah started out with going to meet some friends, and she put on a pair of white pants and realized, you know what? I don't want it, it showed a panty line, and that's not what she wanted. So she invented something. She took the normal pantyhose, cut out the bottom because she had open-toed sandals that she was wearing. And there started a mock-up, a prototype to her shapewear. So she started with this mock-up. She perfected it a little bit, had her friends and family try it on, and then she went off to find a manufacturer, someone that's going to be a partner to develop this. Well, guess what? She was faced with obstacles. They didn't want to work with her. First off, she was young, so she was discriminated by that. Secondly, she was a woman, and believe it or not, a woman's shapewear industry was all predominantly male-dominated. So she had to go through that obstacle of not being a part of that. But she persisted, and through that persistence, she was able to find the right partner that supported her, and off they went. And then the other obstacle, when she got that, was, okay, who is going to support her in distributing this product? And so she wanted to work with Nordstrom, and she really squeezed her way into that. In fact, she put together displays on the checkout counters by herself, and put her shapewear Spanx there, so that when a customer would come into the checkout counter, they would see this brand new product, take a look at it, and purchase it and try it on. And then she would, for any customer that was interested, she would talk to them right in the store. So she'd get involved with her product, and she learned along the way. She took action for every obstacle that came up. And now the rest is history. So this is a great example for us too to learn from and get inspiration and encouragement from, that yes, we're going to feel fearful. And yes, there's going to be obstacles. Just know that that's part of the journey. And for every obstacle, in order to overcome that, it's going to take action. So taking action will help us to alleviate this fear once we get that forward momentum. The third key attribute is courage requires you to invest. Courage requires you to invest. What do I mean by that? Well, you're investing not just money, because for example, if you're going to continue to build a business and move towards that, you want to invest money, but it's also going to take investing time and your emotions and feelings. You're birthing something that hadn't existed before except in your mind. And so it's going to take some investment on your part. And by definition, when you're investing in something, that means taking resources that could otherwise be used for other things for this one thing that you really believe in. And so you may have to make trade-offs. So instead of, for instance, spending your Saturdays with family or friends or just relaxing and enjoying the time, that may very well mean that you are maybe in the library researching, putting together a business plan, locked away, programming, putting things together, creating your website, and doing what's necessary to invest in your dreams and goals. And yes, you're going to feel the fear as you continue to invest in this, because you're thinking in the back of your mind, and I've gone through that even personally. You have this little guilt in the back of your mind that says, "Ooh, I should be doing this, that, and the other. What if this doesn't work?" That's always going to be there. So that's fear. But do it anyway. Move forward, and always introduce balance. Balance is important. Okay, you don't want to be completely skewed off. But just realize it's going to take some investment in something that you believe in. It's going to affect time for other things. And that, just understand that that's just a natural course of things. And you're going to need to have the discipline and the sense of sacrifice. The fourth attribute is courage requires you to accept failure. Courage requires you to accept failure. You're going to fail your way to success. No successful person has gotten where they are without the failure that's needed in order to polish and sharpen them to become the person that they are now. So they fail forward. And successful people fail more than others. Why do they fail more than others? Because they've taken the action. They've taken the risks. They've invested way more than the average person. And through that, yes, they've experienced failures. But they realize that success is on the other side of failure. Okay. And they also understand that for each failure, there's a gem. And so what we want to do is redefine our definition for failure. So instead of seeing it as something negative and bad, think of it as something positive and good, because through failure, you get to see where your weaknesses are that you can improve upon. You get to see what doesn't work. And so that means that you also get to see what can be possible for you in terms of working out. Okay. And so you learn your way to success is another way of saying you fail your way to success, if that makes sense. So you don't cry over spilled milk. What you do is get a dish rag, you wipe it clean, and you learn how to do it better next time. So that's essentially what the type of paradigm shift that's necessary in order to have the courage to go for our dreams. For example, a baby that's walking, right? You don't give up on the baby because they fell 100 times. No, the reason why you and I are walking very well and are expert walkers is because someone, our guardian, really believed in us and did not give up. And they knew, they had this faith that we were going to be walking. I have twins, 14-month-old, and, Gianna, it took her, she was walking at 12 months, and really, really proud of her, but she fell several times, and even the 1,000th time that she fell, picked her back up and encouraged her to continue to try. And so my son, Luca, he's still learning. And he uses a walker to support him, to strengthen his legs and get that balance and mobility he needs to walk. So what we do is when we go out to the park or go out shopping, you see Gianna walking. Sometimes she's starting to run a little bit. And then Luca happily in his little walker, trailing behind and really excited because he's got, some mobility there. And we don't give up on Luca. Just because it's taken him a little longer than Gianna to walk and he still needs a walker, that doesn't mean, we're going to give up and say, he's never going to walk. No, we encourage him. And every day I see his legs stronger, his balance gets better. And so it's exciting because we know that he's going to walk someday. And so too for you, don't compare yourself to someone else and say, oh, well, they're successful and, we've gone through the same journey and look how quickly they've been able to be successful. And here I am, I'm not where I want to be. Don't get down and out for that. Encourage yourself. And remember that you are also going to walk, you're going to run someday too, if you continue to drive and believe in yourself. So yes, people are going to work in different levels, but at the end of the day, just know that you are also going to be able to achieve this success that's there waiting for you. So in conclusion, courage is feeling the fear, but doing it anyway. And it's acting in spite of fear. So the 4 attributes that we talk through is, first, courage is about taking risks. Secondly, courage is about taking action. Third, courage is about being willing to invest. And fourth, courage is about accepting failure. And so move towards your dreams and goals. I encourage you to do so and continue to garner the courage that you're going to need to face your obstacles. And remember, success is on the other side of failure. So if you want to continue to move towards your dreams and goals and set and achieve your goals, I have a goal mastery program that I've put together just for you to support you on your journey. So I encourage you to enroll. Click on the link in the description box below to get started. And if you enjoyed this video, click on the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe so you're notified on new videos. And I'll see you on the next one.